Hi guys, Sap here for another Just One Life video, this time in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. The difficulty set to Veteran and the clock starts when you press start. I fast forward the cutscenes but the time's still ticking. Basically the idea is to get as far as you can with your original life. In games like this it's pretty hard on the hardest difficulty, so you're pretty much gonna die. So it's just how far can you get into the first or second mission to see how good you are. So definitely give this one a go yourself. There's still gaming hours before Black Ops 2 comes out, or maybe that's not your bag. Maybe you're a fan of the Infinity Ward and Sledgehammer Games side of the franchise. So it's World War 3, it follows on from Modern Warfare 2, and New York has been invaded, and it's our job to go in there and take down a beacon that's stopping all communication and satellites and guided missiles and pretty much everything. The beacon's sat on top of Wall Street, the stock exchange, so we're going to fight through the streets. So right off the bat, you get straight into the action. But the first thing I really noticed, because I've been playing Black Ops recently to do a Just One Life, make sure you check that out, is the detail on the guns. The difference between Black Ops and Modern Warfare 3 is amazing. I know there's other games out there that has maybe even more detail on the guns. Played Medal of Honor Warfighter recently, and that was definitely like amazing. But the step up was huge between the two titles. So hopefully, Black Ops 2 is going to continue that. We'll have to see in a couple of days. So I've got like a hybrid scope on here. I can't honestly remember whether or not I used the scope part, but I'm not a huge fan of it because it takes up so much of your field of view. So you got the guys just standard Call of Duty stuff really. I mean, you got to advance to get your guys to advance, and if you don't, then you're basically just treated to unlimited waves of enemies. I don't think they ever stop coming if you just stay where you are. And then this dude rolled up with a heavy machine gun, took him out pretty easily, dropped a nade. That guy tried to run away, shot him in the back. Not particularly great, but that's what this game is really, isn't it? Shoot anyone on the opposite side, don't ask questions, don't take prisoners. I'm a big fan of the Call of Duty franchise though. But at the same time, I also want to make it completely clear that I'm a big fan of all FPSs. So, recently been playing Medal of Honor Warfighter. That's a great game. There is a Just One Life video for that, so make sure you check the channel. But also the Battlefields. I say the Battlefields because I've been playing them since 1942. As in, I've been playing it since 1942 came out, not since 1942. I'm not that old. But yeah, I mean, and Crisis and Far Cry. I'm pretty much an FPS guy. I don't really like fall into a fanboy camp. So yeah, there was a helicopter there just laying down a ton of fire, so I had to time that run pretty perfectly. So I think we wanted to go to the left side of the street, and in the end we had to go this side, just because there was just too many guys and the helicopter covering it. So we got a little building segment coming up. I try and sit back and let the whatever sort of NPC is with me do as much work as I possibly can, because if you played Call of Duty on Veteran, especially if you've tried to do a whole level with Just One Life, then you'll know that it's really like 2 bullets is going to really mess your screen up, and 3 could kill you. So just sort of take my time as much as I can, just picking off a few shots and then getting back in cover. I think that's really the only way you can play this. I mean, you could just go full on Rambo and charge at everyone, but I really don't think it would last very long. So, also try and take the alternative route wherever possible, even if that's just for a room as opposed to like through the most open part of the building. Again, just trying to have as fewer ways line of sight for the enemy to be shooting at me, and trying to check my corners as best I can. That's the old 9-bang flashbang. Yeah, so my teammate there managed to take him out. Good old Sandman. Definitely check all the Just One Life videos that we've got on the channel, and definitely have a go at them yourself. They're quite hard. So I'd definitely encourage anyone to really give them a go. It's quite a fun way of playing a sort of old game in a new way. Maybe you play games like this anyway, and maybe maybe you buy the game and you go, right, okay, when I'm dead, I'm going to trade the title in. I can't imagine anyone actually plays games that way, but kudos if you do. I really don't like areas like this when doing a video like this, because you just know that you're just going to get a ton of bullets in a pretty broad, from broad directions, all focusing on you. Yes, they shoot the game characters, but they shoot you more, definitely. And they're pretty invincible. It almost has to be scripted for any of them to die. I'd definitely say it's that. Oh god, that was a terrible throw. Bounced right back under me. Yeah, I would say it's pretty respectable to get this far even. You definitely give this one a go yourself. Let me know in the comments how you did. But this is not an easy game to play on the hardest difficulty. It almost seems like you can be like insta-killed, because if you stick your head up, you're going to get like 4 people all shoot you simultaneously, and that's more than you can take. So I've got no more frag grenades. That's good. I think I got a little bit confused here where my men went, because I was like trying to find the quickest way to get to that pointer, but I think they'd run past me when I wasn't looking and went outside, so got a little bit disorientated there. I think I get instructed at this point to use the sort of special grenade launcher. Yeah, the XM25. There you go. To be honest, I never played this gun in the multiplayer. Or just never really been a fan of sort of guns like this. So this was quite fun playing this bit. And yeah, in a couple of days, there's going to be a Black Ops 2, Just One Life video. So why don't you get on that as soon as you get your copy, and as soon as video goes up, maybe leave us a comment, let us know how you did. Yeah, it's quite unusual for me to actually throw back a grenade. I'm a bit of a coward when they fly in. I normally just run and get cover. You never know how long they've been in the air for. Maybe they've bounced off a couple of things, maybe they've rolled around on the floor, and you never know if they're just going to blow up in your face. So I'm pretty sure that's the only time I'm going to do that in this video. All the other times you'll just see me run. So I kind of got a bit confused here. I saw that guy in front of me shooting at the worm, his name is. Turns out he was actually a baddie. And I was shooting the wrong guy, so my bad. So the baddies in this are Russian, aren't they? That World War III got triggered at the end of Modern Warfare 2 by like one or a couple of bad guys, and now it's just flat out world war that I don't think the Russians have done anything bad, and I think it's all very PC really. It's not saying that the Russians are bad people or the Americans are bad people, but like one man can, trigger a global catastrophic event. Kind of makes me feel a little bit bad for the sort of 100 or so I've already killed, or maybe not 100, but a couple of dozen I've already killed in this video. So you really do have to time your movements pretty precisely in Call of Duty games. Of course, when I say movements, I mean like your charge forwards, not your bow movements. Obviously, if you charge too soon, you're gonna get a wave of, I almost said a wave of zombies then, but I guess it's very similar. But a wave of baddies come through a door just as you've come out of cover, and that's just not good. If you time it right, you would have just killed the wave, the sort of endless supply of baddies they have in a doorway, and then you can pretty much move up with ease. So that's never a good sign, is it? When you have an ammo crate just before a new area you're about to head into. They never do that in games when you're at the final objective, unless of course the final objective is just to defend it. So you're kind of going into a big battle here. You can see all the bullet holes already on the walls. So this is an incredibly hard area to get through. There's just so much going on. There's just so much wherever you look, and in amongst all that there's camouflage, bad guys shooting at you. I know I'm definitely not the first person to sort of mention or comment on this, but first person shooters definitely do seem to be a lot more dull in their sort of graphical style these days, less sort of colourful. Lower saturation, I guess, is the best way of putting it. Everything seems to be a shade of grey or brown or beige. I know there's exceptions, like Far Cry. That's very, very colourful. Far Cry 3 especially. And, the original Crisis. Crisis 3, I guess, but Crisis 2 was, in New York, and I didn't think that was a particularly vibrant looking FPS. But it makes it really, really hard in a location like this to pick out the guys and to get an aim on them and a shot on them before you get shot yourself. So maybe I'm just making excuses because I know what's coming next. So yeah, grenades rolling around. I was quite lucky. It took out the monitor right next to me, but luckily it didn't take me out. So I was doing really well. I think, well, let me know if you think that this is quite a respectable fail, but this is where my demise comes. He gets a couple of shots on me, and I go down. So that was 16 minutes. Give it a go yourself. Let me know how you think I did in the comments, and please like and subscribe. We're a brand new channel. Cheers, guys.